You're going to love this interview. This guy is one of the most interesting people I've ever met in our industry. Michael O'Rourke is the man behind some of the most successful product companies of today, and we are thrilled that he's here with us at the International Beauty Show in New York City to share his story with you. Michael has dedicated his life to the growth of hair artists. An industry icon with a dynamic stage presence, Michael has been teaching his revolutionary cutting and styling techniques for decades. As a famously successful entrepreneur, Michael founded both Sexy Hair Concepts and Carlton Hair. His latest project is called Rock Your Hair, and he is thrilled to be bringing his passion back to the industry with his new venture. Michael is still first and foremost dedicated to being an artist. He is committed to supporting the artists behind the chair and bringing his passion and creativity back to the industry once again. And you're going to find that's true in this interview. Hope you enjoy it. Michael, I can't believe we're together. This is something, we've known each other for a long, long, long time.
I want to do this first. I haven't seen you forever. I'm so glad to see you.
Thank
truly,
you.
truly, truly.
Thank
I mean,
you,
know,
friend.
I know what you do, and I think we should be so proud for me to sit with you. I'm so thankful.
Oh my God, it's absolutely mutual. It's
so
cool
welcome.
stuff. A bunch of old guys sitting around talking. But
You know what? We're smart guys.
yeah, well, we've been around for a while.
But we
haven't
do that game. Bunch of old guys, but you know what? Be careful.
Yes, exactly. We're not exactly
No,
done for
we
a long time.
help a lot of people, and that's our job.
But the thing that I think you and I share, the passion we share for this industry has been lifelong for both of us.
Absolutely.
And we worked very, very hard to be where we are.
Yeah.
But let's talk, I don't care about me, I care about you, okay? This is what we're here to talk about. Because honestly, your message is so amazing.
Thank you.
What you have done in your lifetime is not only did you build a big beauty company, I mean, Sexy Hair is an amazing organization that you built. I mean, you founded the idea, it was all yours. Yeah. And ultimately you sold it, you made a lot of money, okay? And we won't talk about the money, but
That's
it's
exactly.
a lot of money, okay?
Yeah.
Anyone that's watching this would probably look at that and say, not only would I retire, I'd take my whole family and retire,
exactly,
okay?
exactly.
But you said that's not even the beginning, that's just one more step in my
Absolutely.
life. And what it made you do is work that much harder in this industry. And just give me your thought patterns of why you would be sitting on this big stack of money and still get out and work your butt off. Here you are at the international show. Yeah. You're the headliner for this show. You're the guy that everybody's coming to see. Yeah. And yet still, at the same time, you don't have to do it. You're like a lottery winner. You hear about these lottery winners winning, okay, big money, and you hear stories about people who were a waitress and they didn't give it up because they had a passion for it. They loved doing it.
And absolutely. You know, I must tell you something. The first thing, and I don't want to put religion in it, but feel blessed. You know, thank yourself for being healthy, that you have two hands and that you can create. That's your first thing. Right. You know, you ask a kid about their gifts and they don't realize that they're sitting there with the most amazing gifts. They just have to push them out. And I mean, I've watched students come to us and we've had to look at them and say, why are you walking with your head down? Why don't you realize how lucky you are? Why don't you put your head up, change your clothes and be proud of the fact that you can do art with your hands? Right. The minute you understand that, the minute you look in the mirror and say, I'm so thankful to be me, your world changes. A lot of us, like me, come from a very complex background. Very poor, in orphanages, do the whole 9 yards. No one wants you, no one needs you. And you could say to yourself, wow, how sad am I? I'm never going to make it. No one loves me. But let me tell you something, that's a crutch. If you look at it and you say, but I am lucky, I'm healthy, I've got this thing of passion that I love what I do. And even when I started, I remember starting to enter a little world competition, not a world, a local state competition in my country. And the gentleman that was training us said, you don't have the talent, you shouldn't be in this competition. And I went home and I was so ill. In those days, the doctors came to your home. They came to home and He's like, listen, this is just an emotional issue. And you know what happened? I practiced at home and I won the competition. Purely because they'd said, I can't do it. And this is the spirit you need to do. When people say you can't, get down and buckle down and be thankful that you can and get into it. Once you understand how lucky you are, and a lot of us don't get it because we come from such a, the teacher says, so what did they say to me? You're not smart. What's going to happen to you? Where's your world going to go? We don't know what to do with you. Well, let me tell you something. For some reason, they were completely wrong. We live in our right brain, which is creative. That creative, emotional brain is so powerful today. And we use it for everything. If you could just find how blessed you are. Do you know that my greatest hairdresser, out of my 1,500 hairdressers when I had Carlton, she was 5'1", she weighed 280 pounds. And you know something? This was 25 years ago. She took $7,000 a week. And you know why? Because she was so thankful to be an artist, a hairdresser. And she just went at it. It wasn't about what she looked like. She was just so proud, and she went at it. She did a color on every single person. She had made so much money, not because she was some princess, because she was so passionate about what she did. And she was every single woman, I have some of them 6 foot high, looking amazing. She buried them. Why? She was so thankful. She loved what she did, and she got into it. And that's for everybody on this planet.
My God.
Everybody. It was such a lesson to me.
That's a little hairdresser making $250,000 a year.
Yes, and came out of nowhere. Also poor, couldn't dress well, but let me tell you something. She had the right heart, which was being thankful and saying, I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to drive and make something out of myself, even if everybody thinks I can't.
Did anything hit you as a challenge as you were beginning? Obviously, you struggled to get money together when you came here, et cetera. Did you ever think about just giving up this profession?
A lot of times, especially when I came here. You know, when I came from Africa, I had a company there, had a lovely home. When I came here, I had to stay downtown in this tiny little room. I had no money. I wouldn't tell anybody where I lived. My car, when I got in, smoke was coming out of the back. I was so embarrassed. But I said to myself, you know what? This is a challenge. You've got to go down to come up. And a lot of people are scared to go down to come up. They want to be on the top right away. Just doesn't work.
No.
Go down. You know what? I'm not shy to eat a peanut butter sandwich again. If I lost everything today, I'd be, okay, I'm healthy, I'm thankful. Give me a peanut butter sandwich and let me rock, and I'll show you something.
You know what?
That's a fact.
And you know what? It would make you work harder, I bet.
It would make me work harder.
I bet you would make, knowing you, you'd invent another company.
Absolutely.
Okay,
out of the blue.
You're so passionate that I can see your eyes water. Okay. No, and I mean, that just touches me beyond words, because you believe it that much. And so do I. And I'm so proud of you for saying that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
How would somebody get into the world of being a platform artist?
Right.
How would they be able to do that? How did you get started in that?
You know, the first thing you need to do is, first of all, be the best in your salon. But the second thing is, lower yourself. Go and say to a platform artist, please, you know, I don't mind cleaning behind you. I don't mind carrying your equipment, but get into it.
Right.
And they will bring you in, and as they see your personality, that you want to try your best, they'll start doing things. But before you know it, you'll be watching them and see what they're doing, and you'll simulate it, and before you know, especially you guys, which is the new generation, you're going to take our place. So you know what? You need to get behind it and start somewhere. And you know, before you know it, you're up there. You're up there.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it really
it's
is.
what it is.
Did you have a mentor?
Do you know something? I mean, we all believe that Vidal Sassoon was one of the greatest cutters, truly a great cutter. And he made his mark by doing great art, which was cutting. There was nothing else to it. It was just cutting. Right. And I really do think that it was amazing. But, you know, I take a lot of things. I mean, I hate to say this, but I love Mother Teresa. I love people that help other people because it's a lesson. In the salon, your clients come to you. They have no idea. You know, I was in a restaurant the other day, just a story. And I'm sitting in the restaurant, and there's a cubicle behind me. And I hear a woman say, oh, I went to Michael today. I'm like, what? And she says, and I had my haircut. It was really great. And I think, oh. And then she says, I don't think he's that smart. And I'm like, what? And I was so upset. I didn't know whether to jump over and stick my fork in her head. I'm just joking. But I was so upset. And then I said to myself, really? Take your ego out of it and think about it for a second. Smart? I saved her marriage. I've advised her on everything. I'm a psychiatrist. I make her look beautiful. I'm like, she should analyze that for a second and say, who's really smart? We're born smart. We just need to know how to use it and be thankful for it. That's a real gift.
You know what it is? I believe that cosmetologists are smarter, but in a different way.
In a way different way.
Okay.
In a very different way.
Because they're in a people way, in a soft skills way, in an artistic and visionary kind of way.
Yes.
They're not the kind of people that sit there and read a textbook.
No.
They're not the kind of people that like to sit there and say, how do I put... You get something, I bet you've never read an instruction manual in your life.
We need pictures.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Okay, we learn from the right brain, not the left brain.
And that's a gift. It's a real gift. That's what the teachers couldn't see when you were a student, not a student when you were at school. When you were in your grades, they couldn't see that because they couldn't understand how to to analyze left and right brain. But as you grow up and you go to college and you start to learn to understand your passion, especially with your academies and your schools that you have, they have a chance to show the passion. And if they can show that and get the skill set that you give them, truly, it is incredible how they would live. They'll raise their family up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, it's a song, "You Raise Me Up."
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to them.
Well, you know what's interesting is a lot of our students that are watching this, and staff members for that matter, used to work in a job. I mean, you know, they whether it's waitressing, I mean, there's a million things that people have done, okay? We've had auto mechanics, you name it, we've had them all. But the point is, when they enter this industry, it's not a job anymore.
No.
Okay, because everybody in this industry is essentially in their own business.
Absolutely.
They have their own brand.
And responsibility.
Okay, they're not going to go to work for somebody.
No.
They're going to work in somebody's salon. They're going to work for,
absolutely,
you know,
but it's their business.
But it's their business, and it's an amazing thing, and you've done that, and over and over again. Let's talk about your new gig. You have, no, I'm serious, you have a new, your institute. Tell us about it, because I'm telling you, I can't put it into words. It's so cool.
You know, the institute is later when you're in your business, and you're working in a salon and you decide yourself, maybe I'll just do a course, you know, to hone my skills, get faster, and also let's get our passion back. Sometimes you work so hard, you work yourself out of the passion. And my responsibility is to fire it up again and say, listen, count your blessings, look at yourself, and let's grow your business again. And that's what I do. I have this institute where you come later, and you know, you can come there at 80 years old and I can fire you up again. You can come at 18 years old and I'll fire you up. It's really important every now and again to have a reminder of how lucky you are and that you're in our business. We're in the hair business. Let me tell you something. You can come in at 9 o'clock and you can leave at 4 o'clock. What a business, and you can make your money. You don't have to go with a bell at 8 and then have tea at 5. I mean, have you ever seen how we eat a sandwich when you're in the hair?
Oh, yeah.
You rush outside, you slam the sandwich, it sticks over here. And you know what? I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, because there's money back in there for you.
There's money in there, and you're not going to lose it.
You bet.
That's right.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure we put your web address down here.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
I want people to be able to reach out, because that's a cool thing for somebody who graduates once they're graduated from Empire and in the industry.
Yeah,
I think
we'd love to connect with them as they go along.
You got some cool programs.
Yeah, we'd love that. You know, thank you very much.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It really is. Final words, because we're running out of time. I could do this all day. Michael, you're supposed to be out there on the floor.
Well, you know, I'm feeding on your passion.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I think we're feeding on each other's passion, man. Tell me this. Last words of wisdom. Seriously, you've done it. You've done it already. I know, but I want to end this with your words to these people. You have a chance to talk to all 15,000 of the Empire students that are out there. How are they going to get started in this business? What can they do to stay in, get finished, and more importantly, get out there and start making a great career for themselves?
I'd love to do that. There's one thing that I want to tell you that's very important. The first thing is never give up. The second thing is be thankful that you even have the chance to do this. Truly, sometimes you don't realize what a gift you've been given. If you understand that gift and you say, you know what, I'm so thankful that I can, and I'm never giving up, and I want to be the best I can be, truly, 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 and do it, and stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. If you have an idea, if you take an idea, just as you do with your art or your craft, and you stay with it, somehow it's amazing. If you keep the path, things happen that are so amazing, they come to you. It's when you don't trust what you're doing and you don't believe that you're gifted and that you're thankful, those things don't happen. But if you stay, it's amazing. You start dressing well. This thing comes in. Someone wants to help you. Someone wants to put you in a better salon. But you know why? You stayed the path. That's the thing you've got to do. Don't give up. And then when you do, when you get up there, help other people. It's amazing that when you bring people around you and you help them, they help you. It's an amazing thing how we all carry each other. And this is the gift of life. Right. If you can help others, build yourself up. You can't help from a weak point of view. You have to get strong so you can help others. They'll help you, and before you know it, they'll lift you up and they'll say, we want to follow that person because he helped us and they helped you, and all of a sudden, you're your own star in your own world, and it's amazing. And this is what it is. Don't ever give up. Don't ever doubt yourself. You're going to go through ups and downs like we all did. You're going to cry sometimes. You're going to laugh. But the point of it is, you're very, very lucky to be in this business. This is the finest business in the world. I wouldn't change it for anything. I could have been an architect. I understand how to build hair into an architecture, and I love it. So, you know what? We're blessed. And I'm so thankful you gave me a chance. I just love the fact that you've interviewed me.
Do you realize that you have now mentored a lot of people?
I'm very thankful.
Who have been, but it's so cool because they get to hear what's inside of your heart.
Yeah.
Sometimes on stage you don't always get that as much.
No, I don't have a chance really. You've worked me right now and it's all come out of me. It's a little emotional right now. So
way to start the day, my friend.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
I'm so thankful.
All right.
You take care.